everyone. So the picture on this video is not the best, but I ran out of storage and this is what we have right now. So we're going to be reading from Yochanan, John chapter 3. And there was a man of the Pharisees, Nicodemus was his name, a ruler of the Yahudim, the Jews. This one came to Yeshua by night and said to him, Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher come from Elohim. For no one is able to do these signs you do if Elohim is not in him, not with him. Yeshua answered and said to him, Truly, truly, I say to you, unless one is born from above, he is unable to see the reign of Elohim. Nicodemus said to him, How is a man able to be born when he is old? Is he able to enter into his mother's womb a second time and be born? Yeshua answered, Truly, truly, I say to you, unless one is born of water and the Ruach, he is unable to enter into the reign of Elohim. That which has been born of the flesh is flesh, and that which has been born of the Ruach is spirit. Do not marvel that I said to you, you have to be born from above. The Ruach breathes where it wants, and you hear the sound of it, but do not know where it comes from and where it goes. So is everyone who has been born of the Ruach. Nicodemus answered and said to him, How is it possible for this to take place? Yeshua answered and said to him, Are you the teacher of Israel and you don't know this? Truly, truly, I say, we speak what we know and witness what we have seen, and you do not receive our witness. If you do not believe when I spoke to you about earthly, how are you going to believe when I speak to you that of the Shemayim, the heaven? And no one has gone up into the heaven except he who came down from the heaven, the Son of Man. And as Moshe lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so the Son of Man has to be lifted up, so that whoever is believing in him should not perish, but possess everlasting life. For Elohim so loved the world that he gave his only brought forth Son, so that everyone who believes in him should not perish, but possess everlasting life. For Elohim did not send his Son into the world to judge the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He who believes in him is not judged, but he who does not believe is judged already, because he has not believed in the name of the only brought forth Son of Elohim. And this is the judgment that the light has come into the world, and men love the darkness rather than the light, for their works were wicked. For everyone who is practicing evil hates the light and does not come to the light, lest his work should be exposed. But the one doing the truth comes to the light, so that his works are clearly seen, that they have been wrought in Elohim. After this, Yeshua and his disciples came into the land of Yehuda, which is Judah, and he remained there with him and was immersing. And Yochanan was also immersing in Ain near Salem, because there was plenty of water there. And they were coming and were being immersed, for Yochanan had not yet been put into prison. But then a dispute arose between some of Yochanan's disciples and the Jews about cleansing. And they came to Yochanan and said to him, Rabbi, he who was with you beyond the Jordan, to whom have you witnessed? See, he is immersing, and all are coming to him. Yochanan answered and said, A man is able to receive not unless it is given to him from the heaven. You yourselves are witnesses for me that I said, I am not the Messiah, but I am sent ahead of him. He that has the bride is the bridegroom, but the friend of the bridegroom who stands and hears him rejoices greatly because of the voice of the bridegroom. So this joy of mine is complete. It is right for him to increase, but for me to decrease. He who comes from above is over all. He who is from the earth is of the earth and speaks of the earth. But he who comes from the heaven is over all. And what he has seen and heard that he witnesses. And no one receives his witness. He who receives his witness has put his seal that Elohim is true. For he whom Elohim has sent speaks the words of Elohim. For Elohim does not give the Ruach by measure. The Father loves the Ben, or the Son, and has given all into his hand. He who believes in the Son possesses everlasting life, but he who does not obey the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of Elohim remains on him. That concludes John chapter 3. This is such a good chapter. And some things that I have highlighted here. Verse 12. If you do not believe when I spoke to you about earthly, how are you going to believe when I speak to you about that of the heavens? This is kind of true when you're speaking with unbelievers, or maybe ones that aren't ready or their eyes aren't open and they don't have any interest at all in the things of heaven. If you talk to them and explain to them, earthly things and don't believe, then how could they understand heaven things? Um, um, I also have verse 34. For he whom Elohim has sent speaks the words of Elohim, for Elohim does not give the Ruach by measure. That means the Ruach gives you the words, and it's from Elohim. He gives you the words to say. From he whom Elohim sent speaks the words of Elohim. And then everybody knows the famous John 3:16. For Elohim so loved the world that he gave his only brought forth Son, that everyone who believes in him should not perish but possess everlasting life. Tell me your favorite verses about this chapter, maybe what they mean in your life, and some things you might have highlighted in the comments below, and we can talk. Tomorrow we'll be reading chapter 4, and I'll let you know more about my favorite parts of that chapter. So stay tuned, like and subscribe, and comment below your favorites. See you soon.